no matter the location. From O-A-K-L-A to L-V, I'm a Raider.
Raiders lose 30-27 to the Chargers. What's your one-word reaction? You are watching the Las Vegas Raiders post-game reaction show. What I want you all to be doing, go down in the comments, use hashtag Raiders and Super Chat here to get on the show. I mean, this is just an extremely frustrating game. Marcus Mariota, the clear MVP in this one. 17-28, 226 yards, a passing touchdown, a rushing touchdown. He had an interception. He also had almost 100 yards rushing. Darren Waller, 9 catches, 150 yards, and a touchdown. I mean, what an incredible game for Mariota, and it was just taken away from another terrible, terrible performance by this Raiders defense. I'm telling you what right now, follow me on Instagram, follow me on Twitter, because I'm going to get called out by some players this week, because it doesn't take any talent for effort. But the Raiders' technique was terrible. Keisean Nixon gives up a huge play at the end of the game. Terrible all game. This is Trayvon Mullen's worst game of his entire career. I don't know how many first downs he gave up. I don't know how many penalties he gave up. But I feel bad for the Raiders' offense because it's yet again you give up 30 points. If I'm a Raiders offensive player, I sit down with the defense and I actually have a man-to-man conversation with them. And I'm saying, like, what do you guys want us to do? There was a handful of plays where Trayvon Mullen's jogging around the field acting like he doesn't care. I care. Raider Nation cares. So if you're going to get mad at us and for people to come out at y'all at Twitter, you're getting paid millions of dollars to do your job bad. Start doing your job well, or else, honestly, get the hell out of the silver and black because I don't want you. All right, let's get some questions going on now. Raider Percy, Carr has kept them in games. Mariota kept them in this. Defense sucks. It's a fact. Mariota had an incredible game. He is the MVP of this game, and I'm telling you what right now. Carr went down in the very first quarter, pulled a groin, unable to come back. 3 of 5, 53 passing yards. But the story of this one, and it's not even close, we're going to be talking about Mariota for the next 2 weeks, honestly going into the offseason because my man deserves some playing time. 17-28, 226 passing yards, 88 rushing yards, a rushing touchdown, a passing touchdown, an interception that was backbreaking. It's literally the only bad play he had all game. But if you're going to sit here and blame Mariota for that interception, you just simply didn't watch the game, and there is no other way that I could possibly say that. This one's coming in from Joe Patino, says the NFL is rigged. I disagree with you. Not even going to get into it. Shout-outs to Edgar Martinez, Klissman, Michael, Ryan Huffer, JD, Darkside Chevy, Brian Schaefer, and Miles. Much love. Appreciate all you guys supporting the show, sending in your super chats. But the Raiders had opportunities. The defense played bad. Were there some bad play calls? Yes. But you're not going to blame the rest. This one's on the Raiders. Accountability is the key word here. Raiders players need to look themselves in the mirror, figure out what's happening, and need to get some accountability. That's the issue here. So if you guys haven't already, please go ahead, subscribe for the best Raiders content on the internet. I'll be honest, I'm a big Raider fan, but I'm going to tell you how it is. I'm not going to sugarcoat things. It's not all butterflies, rainbows. I'm not going to blow Raiders players. That's not what I do. I give you guys my honest feedback because Raider Nation deserves that. This is a fiery fan base that wants to win, that is so close to being able to win, and yet you're slipping away. I promise you right now, this next week, 2 weeks, you're going to see a lot of fire. You're going to see my name popping up in some headlines because Raiders players are going to be calling me out, and I can't freaking wait. Don't miss it. Subscribe. Turn on your notifications because if you're a diehard Raider fan that is upset as I am, you're not going to want to miss the next few weeks. Super chat coming in here from Brian. Oh, no, we suck again. Bluff shaft, Clark's bunkers. I don't know what that means, but it's you lost 4 out of your last 5 games. You won on a late second touchdown. I know a lot of Raiders players got mad at me a week ago for calling some guys out, but I expect more out of this team. There's no way you can play with the Chiefs for 8 quarters, outplay the Chiefs for 8 quarters, and then lose and play as bad as what you have, especially on the defensive side of the football. Was Paul Gunther all the issues? No. Did Rob Marinelli, I thought, had a better game plan this week? Yes. They were down 4 key starters as well. I get it. But when it comes down to it, when it comes down to the clutch moments, man-to-man, like, all you got to do is show some effort. And it comes down to fundamentals. The Raiders can't get it done. They choke again. Keisean Nixon, I'm looking at you. Let's go to Miles here. Our destiny was in our hands, and we blew it. Simple. Season is over. technically the season isn't over, and even though if you guys do think it is, I'm still going to be making Raiders videos every day, and I make them every day in January. I'll make them every day in February, March, April. It does not matter. I will continue to make videos. Don't go anywhere. But honestly, as well as Mariota played, we got a serious quarterback conversation to have, and we're going to have it a lot this week. So let me know in the comments section, who are you blaming the loss on? I mean, for me, the biggest players that deserve to be pointed at, Trayvon Mullen, worst game of his career, and I don't actually think it's close. Keisean Nixon didn't show up today, simple as that. And then really besides that, I don't really think Kwiatkoski had all that great of a game. I'm not going to, the late minute helmet-to-helmet call, I'm not just going to sit there. I thought it was a little ticky-tacky, to be honest with you. But a lot of first downs given up. Thought Darren Waller didn't play all that well, but did make a play when it mattered the most. And I want guys that can make plays when it matters the most. And unfortunately, Trayvon Mullen and Keisean Nixon, you guys are the LVPs of this one. Super Chat coming in here from Outer Dimension. Much love to you, man. Unpopular opinion, it wasn't only the defense. Don't you forget it's on A.J. Cole. That punt was inconceivably. Yeah, I mean, it was a 19-yard punt. It was a horrible punt. It set up the Chargers in a great field position. But still, I will also put blame on Jon Gruden. For that 3rd and goal play, 3rd and goal at the 5, you line up, bunch your linemen together, Josh Jacobs, the lone running back. You send him to motion to right. The play is designed around your fullback. You roll Mariota out to the right, taking away the entire left side of the field when I don't see why you don't go out of shotgun there. I mean, the way that Mariota's been making plays the entire game is by doing play action, or not play action, by read option. Let him make a decision. Either you give it to your running back, you keep it and run, or make a pass over the middle. That's what he's doing so well to Darren Waller. And instead you drop a play. I love Alec Ingold, but it was a terrible play call for Jon Gruden. Does he deserve a blame here? Yes, absolutely. But let's be real. The defense needs to step up. It's not the offense's fault. Adam James, much love to you. Just blow up the defense, man. Get a hard-nosed DC there and build. I mean, I'm not totally against this idea. I mean, Mullen's had a great season. He really has. He's been a better option. However, I mean, this was just a bad game. But if guys want to start playing in silver and black, they better start realizing how much it means to be able to put this logo on their jersey, because from the effort I saw on defense tonight, there was definitely a handful of guys that don't appreciate the situations they're in. And there's a lot of people out there that deserve a shot at the NFL. There's a lot of people that deserve jobs right now. What I saw tonight was just a piss-poor effort. Now, hopefully it would have been in a better mood, but how about this, y'all? If you do still want to go bet on other NFL games, please do so. If you don't, I'm going to understand. I'm an understanding dude, but I'm just going to be straight with you. BetUS, they help out the show a lot. They turn the lights on here, and if it wasn't for them, I really wouldn't be able to do a lot of the stuff that I do 100% free. So if you want to support me, support the show, go to chatsports.com/Raiders, deposit $100, you get $125 for free to bet with. But since this was a tough loss, and I get that you might not want to bet on football games, how about this? It's the holiday season. It's all about giving back. I love every single person that tunes in with me, ride or dies, from the end of the world to now. I don't know if that made any sense whatsoever. My mind's a little bit jumbled up. But if you want a free Raiders jersey, go get started with BetUS. This is a jersey out of my pocket, out of my money that we make here. And I just want to be able to give back to show y'all that I love you, that I appreciate all the hard work that you guys put in on these watch shows, and how you guys are always supporting us. If you have any questions whatsoever on how to get one of these free Raiders jerseys, email me, Raiders@chatsports.com for the details. All right, let's go to my man, Dundo613. Appreciate the super chat, my dude. Defense sold us. Trayvon especially. Mariota played great. Could not agree more. MVP of the offense, Marcus Mariota. The LVP of defense, Trayvon Mullen. And you're going to look at these numbers. 8 tackles, tackle for loss, pass breakup, no picks. I mean, he probably had, I'm going to say, 50 to 60 penalty yards against them. He probably gave up 4 first downs. They picked on him all night. And they should have, because he was not good in this one. Again, guys, if you guys want to get on the show, use hashtag Raiders for Super Chat. I'm sorry if I'm not more energetic. My voice is absolutely shot after that crazy game. Super Chat coming in from Sean Hittenberger. Okay, I got you. Week after week, red zone offense play calling is on Gruden. 1st and goal on the 4, and we don't run Mariota wide option. I'm with you, man. I thought the offensive play calling was great, but again, I feel like Gruden tries to outsmart himself. He tries to outthink himself, and instead of just doing what is working, they go away from it. But what was working for the Raiders the entire game was the run option, letting Mariota make a decision. And unfortunately, it just never happened. Never happened at all. So again, guys, use hashtag Raiders or Super Chat to get your questions here on the show. I got a Super Chat coming in from Nicholas. Mitch, man. That's what my dad calls me, Mitch, man. Diehard fan here. I'm just tired of being let down year after year. So many holes on defense. It's heartbreaking. I mean, this isn't the first year the Raiders have had a bad defense. They haven't had a good defense since the last time they went to the Super Bowl. Think about that for a second. You continue to bring in guys year in, year out. I'm hoping that it gets put back together, but I will still say this. This is a team that still proved, I think, a lot of people wrong. But the story that's going to be, again, going into next offseason is it doesn't matter what you do in September. It doesn't matter what you do in October. It matters what you do in November and December. And in back-to-back years, the Raiders 6-3, lose 4 out of their last 5 games. Really should have lost to the Jets. Here you are, 7-7, probably not going to make the playoffs now. And then the year before that, you were 6-4, riding your high horse after a win after Cincy, and you go 7-9. You need to start playing football better at the end of the year. So hopefully they can get it together. But Nicholas, I appreciate your participation, my dude, and I think Raider Nation, we're all right there with you. So grade the Raiders defense versus the Chargers. If it's not an F, I want you to unsubscribe. I want you to not watch the show anymore. Leave me alone because you're just fooling yourself. If you want cupcakes, butterflies, and rainbows, there's a few other Raiders YouTube channels. You guys already know who I'm talking about. Go watch them. I don't want that here. I want to be able to give you my honest opinion. That way, when I actually do believe something's true, you guys believe me here. This was a horrible effort by the defense. You couldn't get stops when it mattered the most. The offense definitely deserves some blame as well. There was a bad punt by A.J. Cole. But if you look at me and tell me that the defense didn't play, they gave you a D effort, I'll give you a D effort here. You know what I'm talking about. It's an F. Got a Super Chat coming in from Mr. Vagoat. The refs first was why we lost. Like, seriously, the no call on Hunter. No. I appreciate the Super Chat. Do I think there were some bad calls in this game? Of course I do. But it wasn't on the refs. Again, guys, we need to start taking accountability. You can't blame everything on others. I think one of the biggest things in growing up, not just in football, but in real life in general, you need to realize that, sure, were there some bad calls? Yes. When life gives you lemons, you need to learn from it and improve on it. Life's going to be tough for you if you're just going to constantly blame other people. Take some responsibility, take some accountability, and if you're a Raiders player and you can look yourself in the mirror and say, you know what, every play that night I gave 100% effort. You know what, that play wasn't on me. If you can look there and say that and go to bed peaceful, then I'm wrong. But if you can go to bed and say all those things, then those aren't the guys I want on my team, period. And you're never going to win with those type of players. Let's go to Alex Thompson. What up, brother? I blame Carr's groin. He had played. We win that pick. Alex, I mean, I get it was a bad play by Mariota, and I get it's a pick. But for you to sit here and blame Marcus Mariota, he had an incredible game. And, this is actually why I think Raiders players get so mad on social media for comments because I'm sorry, this is just a dumb comment. I appreciate your Super Chat. I know you're a loyal fan. I know you're always watching, and I'm not trying to take anything away from that. But for you to sit here and put the loss on Mariota is just not a smart thing to do. It doesn't make sense. I'm sorry. Another Super Chat coming in here is from Ayer Ferber. We need the Ravens to go 1-3 to make the playoffs. Well, technically there's only 3 games left. So the Ravens, though, their schedule is not very easy. I know actually we have the graphics, Sam, if you want to be able to pull it up real quick. It's not, it's a super easy schedule for the Ravens. What you actually need, so here's what you have. So week 15, Jags, Giants, Bengals. I anticipate them winning all these games. What you actually need, in all honesty, the Browns, who are, 9-5 right now, you need the Browns to 9-4. You need the Browns to lose out. The Browns lose out. You still have the tiebreaker, which they got the Jets here. That ain't looking too pretty. And then you need to beat the Dolphins. You need to beat the Dolphins on Saturday Night Football. You need to be able to beat the Broncos at the final week of the season. If the Browns lose out and you beat the Dolphins, you have a chance to get in. Now, the Dolphins, they also have a tough schedule. That's something else to keep in mind here. But, you're battling a lot of other teams. The Raiders had a chance. They had a chance to at least get in. They couldn't get it done. Now, hey, y'all, if you want to talk more Raiders with me, once I calm down a little bit, I promise you, after every single live show I do, after every show I do, I go to my DMs, I check to see what you guys are saying, because I made this show to give Raider Nation a voice. I get that I'm the one that y'all see on screen, and I appreciate that y'all tune in, but I wouldn't do this show if it wasn't for the interaction. So if you guys haven't yet, please hit me up on Instagram. Follow me at Mitchell Renz 365. I will check my DMs. I will answer y'all as soon as I can. But after crazy games like this, I get hundreds, sometimes thousands of DMs. I will sit there over the next weekend, I promise you, like 3-4 hours a day, and I will answer you. Just give me time. Give me time. I will not give up. I'll give you 100%, 110% effort, something that our defense won't. All right, we got Angel. What up, brother? Time to bench Carr and stack our defense. I mean, who would you start, Mariota or Carr? If both are healthy next week, do you roll with Mariota or do you march out Derek Carr? It's something that I guarantee you we're going to be talking about for a long, long time because he deserves it. Mariota had a phenomenal game. There is no doubt about it. Let's go another super chat from BandGuy209. This loss is on Gruden and the defense. I agree. It's a bad play call at the end of the game by Jon Gruden, and the defense just couldn't get stops when you needed to get stops. I'll say the defensive line, I thought, played very inspired. I liked a lot of the different moves. Sure, they really didn't hit Justin Herbert, but you know what the defense did do? They made a play when they needed to, and that's all I want. I want our players to step up when it matters the most, and they did. It was 3rd and 2. They got a sack. They got a loss of 10 and forced basically a 30-yard field goal into a 51-yard field goal. Kicker missed 2 in a row. That's what I want. I want guys that show up when it matters the most, not players like Keisean Nixon getting burned for 60 yards in overtime. That's not what I want. That's not how you're going to win championships. Keisean's a good dude. I've talked to him a few times. I've only heard good things about him. When I interviewed Daniel Levitt, it was one of the best. He said his best friend's Keisean. He works as hard as anyone. I'm not trying to take away that he doesn't work hard. But at the end of the day, if you showed up to your job and you were bad at your job, you wouldn't have a job. And in 2020, there's a lot of really amazing people out there that don't have jobs, that are struggling with rent right now, that are dealing with real-life issues. And you're getting paid millions to play football, and you're just not doing it well. So guess what? I am going to call you out. It's real life. So here's the Raiders' remaining schedule. Week 16 against the Dolphins on Saturday Night Football. Week 17 at the Broncos. And then potentially the NFL playoffs. I'll be honest, when I made this graphic, I anticipated a Raiders win. I really did. I didn't think there was any way they were going to lose to this team. However, here we are. And it's very, very unlikely at this point. So Dolphins, Broncos, please predict their record. They're 7-7 right now. You got Miami, who's playing just about as well as anyone right now. So go down in the comments section, predict the Raiders record at 7-7.